probably feel like you've got plenty of this at the moment, lots and lots of spare time. In our math video for this week, we'll be looking at solving some time problems, not reading a clock, but using what we already know from time to help solve tricky problems, do some calculation work, and don't cheat, look at the answers first. Do try and solve them, have a go at them. If you get stuck with any arithmetic, remember you still got my YouTube channel, Mr. Riley's Resources. Use that to help. It will help you. And fingers crossed you do well with this work. Try your best. Welcome to our math video for the second week. Okay, these are some basic facts about time you've been taught before, you should know by now. 60 seconds we call a minute, 60 minutes are an hour, 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 365 days is 1 year, that's a non-leap year. For any clever cogs in the room, it's actually 365 days and 6 hours make up a year. 4 times 6 is 24, that's why every 4 years we generate an extra 24 hours, which is a day. And if you know what the leap day is, it's the 29th of February. Okay then, I'm going to use these facts to help me solve a few problems, and then I'm going to let you have a go at some too. Right, my first example, how long is a day in minutes? Well, I've started by putting a calculation down there. First thing I need to know is what do these numbers actually mean? Where 60 came from? Well, 60 is linked to minutes. There are 60 minutes in an hour. Where 24 came from? Well, there's 24 hours in a day. So if I times the amount of hours in a day by the amount of minutes in 1 hour, it will tell me how many minutes there are in 1 day. So I'll just perform this calculation here. 4 times 0 is of course 0. 4 times 6 is 24, which is 4 units, 2 tenths. I've used my units, so I put a placeholder in. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12, which is 2 units and 1 tenth. Add these together, I've got no units, I've got 4 tens, I've got 400 and 1000. So there are 1440 minutes in a day. My next example question looks harder than it is. How long is a day in seconds? Well, actually, this is going to be really, really useful. I know there's 1440 minutes in a day. Now, what do I know about seconds? Ah, yes, there's 60 seconds in a minute. So if I times the amount of minutes by how many seconds there are in 1 minute, it will tell me how many seconds are in 1 day. So 0 times 0 is 0. Hold on. Every answer here is going to be 0, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is just ignore my units, put the placeholder in, go straight for my tens. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 4 is 24, 4 units, 2 tens. 6 times 4 is 24 again. That's 4 units. 4 and 2 is 6. And 2 tens. And 6 times 1 is 6. Add that to 8. So what's that number there? Put my comma in here if it helps me to read it. 86,400. 86,400 seconds in a day. That's an awful lot, isn't it? Okay, now it's time for you guys to have a go. I've got my facts at the top of the page here as well, and 3 questions. They do get trickier as they go down. We start with how many hours are in 3 days. Then how many minutes are in 3 days. You probably find if you solve this problem, you can use that to help you there. Then quite a challenging one at the bottom. 3 days is the same as how many 140ths of 1 week? That's a really, really challenging one. But if you think about what we know about our facts here, think about how you can make a denominator, which is the whole. You might be able to make some links in there. So I'm going to pause the video. I want you to have a go. And then when I show you the answers, hopefully we agree. Time to pause. And we're back for our answers. How many hours are in 3 days? Hopefully you did 24 times by 3, which is 72. To work out how many minutes are in 3 days, well, hopefully you take 72 times that by 60, 4,320. There we get to our tricky one at the bottom. 3 days is how many 140ths of 1 week? Well, start what 3 days is. 3 is a part and the whole is the week. So you've got 3 out of 7. 3 days out of 7. I then thought, what's an equivalent fraction to that? I'm trying to get to 140ths here. Oh yes, 7 is half of 14. Which means that 70 is half of 140. So this is my thinking. So I went from 3 sevens to 30 70ths. They're equivalent to each other. I thought, well, what's equivalent to that in 140ths? I double the size of the denominator, double the size of the numerator. Give me the correct answer is 60 140ths. I hope you found those okay. The last one was a challenge, but it's something to get your brain stretched.